Hello to the Muhlenberg School Board. My name is David Angove, and I am the physical education teacher at the Muhlenberg Elementary Center, the MEC. I'm here to talk to you about a proposal for a piece of technology that I think would be very valuable to use for administrators, teachers, and students in the classroom, or perhaps even at open houses, at in-service training. It really does have a lot of options, and the name of this program is called Prezi. Now, you have my presentation there in front of you, so you're watching me, but I know that you can click through it. So the first screen, and I have it right here so I can check it as well. The first screen is just my title page with the chalkboard background to make it relevant to schools. So as we click onto the next page, you see that we zoomed out and then back in, and this is the main thing that Prezi has, and we'll discuss that. It's not PowerPoint. It's very powerful visual technology that helps to captivate the audience. Now, it has to be used wisely. Too much animation means that the audience will be watching the animation instead of listening to the presentation, but that's going to be the same with most presentation tools. The great thing about Prezi is it's an online cloud-based system. So you upload to the cloud, and there it is, and you can access, as you can now access my presentation because I gave you the link. It offers students and teachers the ability to perform information and present it in a visually captivating way. And it uses panning and zooming rather than slides, so it's completely different. So if you'd like to click to the next screen, I just briefly mentioned that it allows teachers and administration, and I think this is really important, that teachers can use it in the classroom, administrators can use it to present to teachers, to you, the school board, to parents, but students can use this too, and it's a very, very powerful piece of technology. If you'd like to click to the next page. Students can also use Prezi, and as I go through this, I'm thinking that it's very relevant for grades 5 to 12. But because of its simplicity, I think that it could be experienced by grades 3 to 4 to get started. Our students now are very tech savvy, much more tech savvy than I was when I was in grade 3 to 4. So I believe they would pick it up very quickly. I'd like to click to the next slide. Just warning you that there's some writing coming. Now, good thing about Prezi is how you present. You don't want a lot of writing on the screen because you want the presenter to speak to you. It accompanies what's going on. So I was just giving you a little warning there. This is our school policy that I just wanted to highlight, and it just says that you, the board, supports the use of computers, internet, and the network, and for instructional purposes, and it allows for interpersonal communications and access through research and collaboration. What we're doing, if you click to the next screen, please, we are, our strategic goal is aligned with the Pennsylvania standards and the Common Core standards to embed 21st century skills. And that's what this really is. Prezi is using 21st century skills. We're using the internet, we're using cloud-based, so we're not saving to flash drives. It's a cloud-based system, which is where a lot of technology is now moving. And initially, storage on the cloud was smaller, but as technology gets better, that's getting bigger. And I can talk about that when we talk about the pricings and plans of Prezi. So, supporting the strategic goal of you, the board, for our students is embedding those 21st century skills. And this absolutely does that in a wonderful way. Also, if you click to the next screen, I just mentioned there in a little bit of writing about the Pennsylvania Department Academic Standards for Science and Technology. And reading through that, you can see that Prezi would help to meet Standard 3.7, use of technological devices. Technology enhances the student's ability to identify problems and determine solutions, and they can do this in a visual way. So if you'd like to click onto the next screen. So it supports our strategic goal, and it meets state standards. As I say here, therefore, the use of Prezi would hopefully be encouraged by the Muhlenberg School District as an instructional tool. It allows students to be extremely creative. If you'd like to click to the next page, please. Prezi works on most computers and netbooks. Now we have Chromebooks in our school, we have tablets. As I keep looking down here, because I'm going through my presentation as I present to you, I'm using a tablet. And I'll just pull that up right here so you can see that. So Prezi right here can be used on a tablet. Now I have an Android tablet. It can also be used on iOS devices. And Prezi website supports all modern day browsers, but there's, as you can see, the updated versions, Mozilla, Google, it has just a few of the specs that are needed because it's a very powerful tool, so it needs more updated equipment. But most of today's equipment meets that. If you'd like to click to the next slide, please. Technological support is available from Prezi, and it's available at different levels depending on what package, if allowed to do, we decide to purchase. If you take the time and you click on the two videos, you can see how Prezi works, and you can see people who are very, very well versed in how to use Prezi, some of the presentations that they've created. Enjoy Pro and Edu Pro users have access to the Prezi support team. But if you go onto the Prezi website, you can access videos, tutorials, you can go onto YouTube and access those. And if you click on those and take some time, you can pause me. I'll be right here. And then I'll continue when you get back. So if you would like to have a look at those videos, please go ahead and do so right now. They're just a few minutes long. And I'm back. Moving to the next slide. The great thing about Prezi, and this is what I use, educators can get a free Prezi account. With my Muhlenberg email address, I got a free Prezi account that allows a little bit more than just the basic public package that Prezi offer. If you'd like to click to the next. But there are other plans available. So if you could click again. And here we see the educator plans. Now, there are public plans, but as educators, we need to look at the educator plans. So this is what I'm on, and you can see in gold around mine it says current plan. I have 4 gigabytes of storage. I have control and privacy settings, and I have access on any device, which is huge. I could get this on my phone. I can get this on my tablet. I can get this on my laptop. You can get this on a netbook or Chromebooks, which it also helps to support our engaged classrooms that we're very big on. If we move up to Edu Pro, you can see now we have unlimited storage, and that is for $4.92 a month. And that, if you look down there, it says it's billed annually, but it breaks down to $4.92 a month. And then that also gives us premium support. So there's more support, more technical advice available from Prezi to help us. You can do that via an online submission request form on the Prezi website. There's image editing tools, which I do not have on mine, but it just allows our students, our staff, to be more creative with their use of images and to delve deeper and to really embed those 21st century skills. And also the ability to work offline. So the Edu Pro allows for greater flexibility in Prezi. Edu Teams, you have to contact Prezi for pricing, so perhaps they can work deals, but this is for teams of 20 people or more. And as you can see, you go right down through, you get all of the other benefits. Prezi training is also available, and central account management is also. So it's more commercial based. But there are, now what we could try for students, as we use our educator email accounts, perhaps, and this is something that we would need to experiment with first, so this is just a suggestion, perhaps students could use their school email address and then see if they can get a Prezi education account. It works with my account, so that's something. But that would definitely be for the older students. That would work for middle school up, and perhaps even our 10, 11, 12th graders. But again, something to discuss. I'm just throwing that out there as a thought while I'm talking to you now. Prezi offers definite benefits for educational use. If you'd like to click to the next screen, please. As you can see, we zoom out and zoom in. You can pause me again in a second, and then I will reappear on your screen. I did a beginner's look at Prezi, so I used this piece of equipment I'm using now, Screencast-O-Matic, and I created my own first look at Prezi. This was when I was really first starting to get into it, before I completed my presentation that you're looking at now. And it was my first impressions, just to get people started. What is Prezi? How to get started? Because before I really looked at it, I'd not heard of it either, but I'm glad I did, because it's a very good tool. So you can pause me now, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So if you can click onto the next screen. As a physical education teacher, this is how I can use Prezi in my classroom. It's great for presenting concepts of health outlined in our academic standards for health, safety, and physical education. I could show the body systems. I could, with more practice on Prezi, I could create a human outline, and I could zoom in and out of the different body systems, the respiratory system, skeletal system, or skeletal system, as I'm sure you say in England. When I went to college, we called it skeletal system in England. The nervous system, you could look at the heart, the lungs, the brain, all zooming in and out, and you could base that level on which grade you're teaching and adapt that. Safety and injury prevention could be used on it. I mean, it's limitless, but I love the idea of zooming around the human body. Really important for our students to know a little bit more about how they work, so they can look after themselves as they go through life. And again, supports 21st century learning in a great way. If you'd like to click onto the next screen. Differentiation. Prezi is great for differentiation. Our students learn in so many different ways. Some are very technology minded and some are not. When I was growing up, I was not, but it was because we didn't have access to it. Prezi is a great tool for differentiation. Students who struggle to express themselves vocally to present in front of a class could do exactly what I'm doing right now. Present via Screencast-O-Matic and Prezi. I think it's a very innovative presentation tool. We're now on the next screen. There's a moderate learning curve, and I'm sure as I get deeper into it, and especially if you pick the more expensive package or the package you pay for, where you can use the editing tools for images, you're going to, there's going to be a little bit steeper learning curve, but it's very good. It's cloud-based, great for portability, different devices. As you get more used to it, I was a little worried at first about internet access. I'm new to using cloud-based systems. My work was out there. Where is it? It's there. It's extremely secure, and it allows for a great amount of storage. It's a very professional tool. If you'd like to click onto the next page. And finally, my last page there are any of the references that I've used for this presentation are right there. So if you do want to click back through any of that, you can. Prezi is a fantastic tool for presenting for all different kinds of people, administrators, teachers, students. You have a student who's shy, who's quiet. They have the ability to use the internet to express themselves. And then, as you can see right now, as I've said, you can present online. When I did my first presentation at college, I was extremely nervous. And I was presenting on a sport I knew, and it was to be 3 to 5 minutes long. Now presentation is a way of life. But for a student in classroom, that can be a very, very daunting concept. The topics they can use are endless. As long as it's educationally appropriate, Prezi can have them covered. So I'd really like you to consider using Prezi for our school district. And I thank you for your time. Have a great day.